Disclosure Day. My expectations were clear. This is a Steven Spielberg science fiction movie. So I was expecting a good to great experience, especially dealing with the sci fi element of it. I was not expecting it to be as good as Minority Report, but I was hoping it would be much better than The War of the Worlds. Now, did it meet my expectations? Yes, it did. I did enjoy myself. The movie was entertaining from beginning to end, and I never found myself bored or checking out mentally. It kept me engaged throughout the film, the entire running time. What really worked for me was the science fiction elements of it, the concepts. First, Emily Blunt's character and her ability to seemingly understand and read people just by looking at them. I found that concept fascinating. I wish they would have delved more into that because it opens up so many doors and so many possibilities about human behavior and how we understand one another. Now, the second concept that did delight me was the weapon itself. The weapon's ability to disintegrate people was intriguing enough combined with Emily Blunt's power. But what really grabbed my attention was when the villain revealed that it could be used to get inside other people's mind. That was probably the moment where Spielberg's direction stood out the most. I felt this was a concept where you got all of Charles Xavier's ability with like Magneto's mentality. It was presented in a way that was visually compelling and very easy to follow. It was one of those scenes where you could feel the confidence of a master filmmaker. And on that note, Spielberg was the movie's biggest strength. And I get that most people nowadays don't get what Spielberg was trying to do because they just wrote him off because he's an old filmmaker. But you go to a film to enter a different world. It's kind of dumb to leave half of that out just because you say he's old. I understand that. I agree with it to some part. But just going in ignorant and counting his experience, his mastery of filmmaking just out the door just because he's old is a really stupid take to have. This movie did exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was a very good sci fi movie. Was it a great story? No, it had its flaws. And most of it came from that I wanted more depth with the concepts that they brought out at the beginning of the movie. But I do think that as a filmmaker, Spielberg was incredible. I did want more of Emily Blunt's abilities, but I did not get that. And that's okay. I guess sequels are on their way. And I guess some people would be upset at that for money grabbing and things like that. These ideas were strong enough that they left me wanting more. That's not the same thing as saying the movie failed. In fact, it's almost the opposite. The concepts were interesting. They were screenplay wise weakly shown. I wish they were developed better. And that's what kept Disclosure Day from reaching the next level for me. Now, I do understand a lot of people don't think like me. Critical thinking is very scarce in the world. But objectively speaking, this man did a great job directing this movie. It was not better than Minority Report, but it was way better than War of the Worlds. So I was happy on both regards. As a sci-fi movie, I would recommend this to everyone. Now, I can't play politics and inject what's going on in the world and the way people think nowadays into what I'm going to like in a movie. I go in as an individual, not as sheep. So this movie did exceed my expectations. So, Disclosure Day. Again, it's an excellent sci fi movie. Leave it at that. Now, did it break the genre? No. Was it entertaining? Yes. So I will recommend that. But maybe tone your expectations down and keep your biases outside and you'll enjoy the movie. Remember, we go to movies to be entertained, not to be lectured, not to anything else, just to be entertained. And in that regards, this movie did do its job. Please like, subscribe, and until the next time, don't forget it's not whether a movie is good or bad. For me, It's whether it delivered the experience worth paying the movie ticket price for. And I will see you in the next one.